Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is a stormy day today, and I hope you all are well. Welcome on in, welcome on in. I hope you are well, and if not, I do hope things get better. I know I'm not going to hold too much today. I have a few plans, but of course, to get into that, that is a whole separate thing. I have been doing some designing off stream, and I got some ideas, but we needed more space. So we're gonna work a bit on them today. But if I'm gonna do this, so I need to figure out the exact dimensions of this in terms of placement, because I'm gonna want it at least this far out. So we'll pretend this is the tail. Yeah, I've taken a lot of time to figure out how I want to do this. I did not mean to go into that. I meant to go into here. I've been just testing out ideas and stuff. Okay, so if we do something like, because this is kind of what I'm looking at, is like, I was thinking about how I want to do different, like, body types, and I'm thinking of doing a plesiosaur. Like, I've done a few. The one I had the most trouble with was weirdly the Pteranodon, even though it's not a dinosaur. But like, I put down the dimensions of it, so this is 4 tall. So if the thing is, this goes down by 1, 2, 3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Yeah. If we're starting at it. Okay. I am just making sure I do stuff right. Hey, 22. Hope you're doing well today. I am just doing a little bit of building. One. Okay, so this needs to go up. Boom. Boom. And it should be like this. You know, I should have taken a picture of that. That's on me. Yeah, that should work. I'm actually going to do that real quick. Because just from this alone, I can easily just put them. Okay. Making sure it saves quickly before I pull it up. Okay, so that is the wrong thing. Past few days have been crap. Dang. Well, I do hope things get better. I know the feeling. It can be a pain, but things get better eventually. Okay. Now I can have this off to the side of my computer. Okay, so I can just do this. Yeah, I have spent a lot of time with this. Okay, so boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 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 Kind of like this, I think is how I did it. No, it's not like that. I got it wrong. So it should be like that. Yes, because then it would be 1, 2, boom, boom. Then we have a third one. And then this goes all the way to here. Also, I'm gonna turn that down just a tiny bit. But yeah, I have been working on this stuff for a while. It's one of those things where it's just, yes. Okay, so from there, it looks like what I did was gonna need this. Because it went like this, boom, boom. And then I need some of these, which I'm gonna turn into these. Talk Bench mostly been trying to recover from what happened. You know, that's fair. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop, 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 boop. And I'll have to switch how these look. Boop, 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 boop. Then we have 1, 2. And then also, should I move this out one? Because I just thought about it. It's gonna go down, boom, boom. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is why I started making this taller, as you can see. Because I can't go higher than that, because that's where the path is. So, I was like, well, might as well make this bigger. Because I tried a few ideas, but I inevitably just was like, nope, and just decided to break them for like curved skeletons. Because that's one of the problems in Minecraft, is making curves is hell. Like, it is a nightmare to deal with. Okay. Because I believe I did it like this. Wait, no. The opposite way. I'm looking at... Because I have the picture off to the side, which definitely helps to have. And yeah, I ended up choosing to go for spruce here just because it's one of those things of... I get more overall options, and it still works, like, relatively well, even if it's not, like, the best. Okay, and then we got 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. But for this, I think what I could do is 1, 2, 3. Because this is the neck. I'm gonna do something. Since this is kind of where we're gonna have stuff, I want to do this. Like, this is the hard part about this type of stuff, is with something like fossils, you're gonna have this problem. Because it's gonna inevitably happen. Okay, so that still won't be enough in terms of length, but it will give me access to this. Which then I could reasonably do this with. I mean, in general. Okay. Where the only thing I really would need to do is like this. And then I could do the plesiosaur head here, which I already know how I'm gonna do the head, because it's probably the easiest part. Because it's literally just the plesiosaur head, and those are not the biggest in the world. And I can do this. Yeah, and then it looks like it goes into the head better. Don't you just love bots? Probably some of the most annoying things, to be honest. Okay, then that. Then I can do this, where I can then boop and go bump, bump. That's right, I can't use that. I need to use this. You know, that actually looks kind of neat. So what I can do instead over here is mine this away, where now I can go boom, and we can do that. I think I'm gonna move it over one, because that's one of the biggest problems with it is doing it at a small scale like this. It's harder to do that curved just because it's smaller scale. If it wasn't, it'd be a different story. Dang it. Okay. And then what I can do is boom. Actually, no, I could do this instead. Because that's the problem, is that. So what I can do for that is here. I need this to look better. Yeah, I think like this would work the best. Kind of like that. Where then I can... I wish I could put this like... That should work, actually. Oh yeah, that helps a bit with it, but it's not perfect. If I did this... Yeah, that gives the effect I want. Perfect. I wish I could just take this as a block. Okay, and then for this inner part, next we got... Okay, so I need freaking fence gates. Do we have any sticks? No. Well, first off, I need fences. And actually, I can just go boom, boom. And then we need gates. Okay, so then here we'd have boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then here, also, why is my Silk Touch pick there again? It'd go like, yeah. There we go. And boom. Because I'm thinking about this. This should be... I could have moved this a little later, but because the body is going to be a bit off, it's going to be a little bit different than how I originally designed it. But I don't think that should be too much of a problem. Boom. Yeah, because it will go like that. Okay, into that. Where then I can take my gates and go... Yeah, no, this needs to go up one more. Okay. So I can do this instead, and it looks... Oop, wrong block. There's so many blocks in the process of this that's just so confusing. Okay, I know what to do to make this a little bit better. And that is extend this out by 1. Boom. Boom. And then do this here. Like that. Because it's a matter of perspective. Yeah, because it should look like this a bit. Actually, there shouldn't be one under this. Because this is going to be for, like, the fins. Is kind of the thought. But for up here... 1, 2... And at the end of this, it is good. Oh, this is starting to come together. Okay, and then I need the fins. Which I don't remember how to make the fins. Okay, so for the fins... Okay, this is how I did them. Stair, bup, 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 bup. Okay. Awesome. I'm making sure I do this right. Because I want this to look good. So this will be kind of like... Oh my... Kind of like here? Would it be? And then, boom. Because the other one would be... This would be up more, actually. Because a plesiosaur body is very odd. Because they have a very weird fin. Yeah, because they go down to like... Because I have an image of a fossil right now on my screen. Because there's no way I can do like the pattern they have where it's like this going in. Because it looks like they have claws in their fossils. So it's kind of like... Looking at that is very confusing at times. So I'm like debating how I'm gonna do this. I honestly think this is gonna be the best place though. Yeah, because their legs are going to be like short, I think is the best way to do it. And then for this back one, I'm probably just gonna do like yeah, that could work. Yeah, because I'm just thinking about it. I can have these back ones go here. Definitely not the best way for me to have it, but also not the worst, so. Yeah, it seems this is probably going to end up being the best way to do it. Just closing out of the fossil image so I don't need to worry anymore. And then I'm gonna... Okay, I'm probably gonna need to... do a little bit of, like, iron barrage and stuff. Do I have any on me? No. We'll use stone brick as a temporary right now. Yeah, I put some in there. Okay, so this will be a temp thing, so we kind of know where to put this. So we're gonna want one there, just to keep it up. There would be one here, here, and realistically, here would be one. Also, yeah, no, I'm gonna do this. Boom. The issue is that won't, like, connect the same. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll just keep it the same at the end as, like, the original idea. Except make it a little bit longer. And I could add, like, a little bit of a curve here. Yeah, that works. Then what I can do is take this and just go bump. Right. This is one where it's going to have to hang from the ceiling. but I am okay with that. Okay, so for this, boom, boom. Wait, that's the wrong way for that. Should be like this. Boom. Then I need this, which will go boom, 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 pop. And then for this, boom, boom, boom. Because this, I could reasonably move inwards one. Or does that look a little too tightened? It looks about the same. And I could reasonably do that too. But, nah. Consistency. That matters here. Okay. So with this, we can get like a good set of like how this'll go. And then we can have the tail like hanging as well. Mind you, this is just one of the ideas. I have more, but I don't think I have the spruce fences for all of them. That's the crazy part. And what I might do because of the size of this is, of course, I'm going to make this taller, but I think I might indent this in the ground a little bit as well. So like around this, go down through like here or something. Or even just down through here. Just to give like a little bit more of that air to breathe for it. Let's see. If it was indented, it would look less like it's like sitting on the ground for these fins. Once I use iron bars, it's going to look a lot better, but I'll need to figure out a bit more on how I want to do this. Because yeah, I can always move this down and change out the display at the bottom, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But yeah, that should give some more space. Next up, since we have a plesiosaur here, nose is there, so 3, 4, 5, boom. And then we'll have the next one here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nothing will be as big as the plesiosaur, most likely. Just in general. Okay, let's see. We could go for a Tyrannodoid, but that's the size of the Tyrannosaurus head. A Pteranodon. We could go for a Pterodactyl. They're more wide than they are, like long, as you can kind of see. So I could reasonably put this in like a different spot. Here's some leg designs I was doing. We could go for something smaller. Like I tried Carnotaurus head. I tried, like you have the Plesiosaur head idea. This is not just for Plesiosaur, but a few others I was trying. There was another head I made somewhere, I thought. At least I think so. I might be wrong. Oh, here it is. This was another head idea I had for like a more stout type, kind of like the Pararinus, I believe it's pronounced. Because I can't do a compy, because a compy would just be this. It'd be closer to like this. Just whole. They're just too small. If I bring this in, add this here, and then take this. Oh, wrong block. Kind of like this. I could reasonably do something like... Oh my god. I hate trapdoors sometimes. As you can see. But it would need to, like, be here. So I'd need to do something like this. Where... But how would I do horns? Unless... I did it more like... this. Where... it would be more... Ceratopsian. And then, like... That's like the closest I could reasonably get with a Ceratopsian, I feel. I wish I could just, like... Actually, I can. I can move this front part up and out a little bit. Yeah, that gives it a little more depth. I could do something like this. Because, yeah. I think this would be the best way to do a Ceratopsian skull. Actually, I completely forgot to take a picture. I want to take a picture of that. And then of this, because I'm going to use this for a Ceratopsian. Bump. Ba-dum, bump, bump. And I can use this leg structure. And boom. And then I can pull this over to here. So we're going to want to start with the leg structure. So I think how we'll start this is the front legs. So they're all like 3 to 4 wide. I could either start with front or back. I think front would be the easiest just because it's like, yeah. So we'd have boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. And then you would have boom, boom. And actually, this should probably go back 2 more. Because I'm thinking about this. This is going to be a really big, bulky boy. And then, yeah, I know if necessary, I can always go. That was the wrong thing. But it happens. Because, yeah, then I can do something like this. Okay, and then for the body, I'm like seeing how this would work. I'm gonna keep doing that by accident. I can already tell. Okay, so we had that. Where it will go Boom. I need a different angle on the body again. Okay, so this is where the leg is going to be. So it's going to go one forward with that. Then it can go one more forward. Okay. Awesome. Now I can actually have that on my screenshots. I clear my screenshots out every once in a while because it's like, might as well. Okay, so from there we have trapdoor. And we get to use more fences. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Where then we go boom, 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 boom. So this one goes like that into what can only really be described as this. Because it goes like that. Then boom. Then we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Strip, 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 strip. And then boom, boom, boom. Okay, like that. Then here is boom, boom. Dang it. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. And then can't remember if it goes in here or not. Also, I just realized this is off. And actually, I could move this forward 1. I don't want to rebuild all this. This thing's gonna have a long ass body. Would I want it to be that long? Honestly, I think I'm gonna keep it this small instead. And then I can do... It's weird because they don't have long tails, but they also have very stout bodies. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. So we can... Then... Yeah, because these back ones go out. a little. God, I'm already running out of these. Okay. It's working. This just needs to get, like... It just needs something here, so I'm gonna do that. Then here, it would go like this. Where we can have... Okay. Bump and bump. Where now... I wish I could, like... do this a bit differently sometimes. But there's only so much you can really do when you are limited beyond belief by the game you're playing. And actually, this should be... Okay. Okay. If I can frickin' land. Okay, and this one actually should be here. On both sides. Okay. It's not the best in the world, but it's something. Like, I could definitely improve this design eventually, but for now, it feels too long. Trying to figure out why. Maybe this? It just looks weird now. If I do this, it looks a bit better. It just feels off, and I think part of it is just the size of this. Okay, I know what I need to do here. I'm redoing the back half. Boom. Boom. Or do I want it like this? I don't know. Well, either way. Because now I can do this. I'm also going to do this. Where then we can do that. Oh, that looks so much better. Like, it already is looking so much better. Then I can move this forward a little. And oh, that was a huge change. Holy crap. See, this is why this stuff is so important to sometimes go over. Also, I just want to add this and see how that fixes. Oh, that's so much better. It's kind of cute. Its front legs feel a bit forwarded, but I can fix that since I'm kind of fixing a few things already. Let's try this. Okay, then it was... Okay. Moving it forward definitely helps, but makes this feel weirder, so here's what I'm going to do about that. Did not mean to place there, but I think by reversing this so it looks more like this is overall an improvement to what already existed. And then for this, I'm gonna do... No, that makes the neck feel too thin. So I think what I'm gonna do here is that, and if I move the head back one, so if I were to do this, then I can remove this. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, then I can do that. Which honestly I'm going to do on the side instead. It's just easier. And let's see how that fixes it. Oh, yeah, that looks a bit better. I think this is starting to come along. For our fossils? Like, this is one I'm fine with, like, being stood up a bit more. But you can still see I want a little more space above. So that's something we need to work on. But I like the idea of, like, maybe for under the plesiosaur, what we could do is, like, we could do one of those, like, fog effect water bits. Like, that could work. God, that looks so neat. The question is, what dinosaur do I want to do next? I I didn't have a lot of time to really figure out all the dinosaurs I wanted. I could actually. Ding. And I do have this note to myself of which I prefer, and honestly, I don't know yet. Let's do the skulls. I have an idea for the skulls. This will be fun. Okay, so for the skulls, we'll have that there. But I like the idea of, like, so here we'll have, like, this little, like, miniature, like, fossil display set. Like, I might put another fossil, like, here. I wanna put one there. I'm probably gonna do the Pteranodon there. But since we got the space, I'm thinking, like, we'll use dirt as our little bit for this. So here, we can do this. Where then... Oh, I see what I did now. Never mind. I need to do it like this. And then I can do this. Bump. Bump. Oh, that is the wrong thing. So I will need that there. God, I ran out of trapdoors already. Like, jeez. Like, you run out of these so quick. Oh, wait, I do have more. Cool. Trapdoors are used so much for this because it's just... It's so much easier to get fine details with trapdoors. And stuff. I mean, I could just reasonably use this instead of the gate, but... The gate is still in... God dang it, I keep doing it! There! But, now what I can do is... I can do... this. Which then will allow me to go... Boom. 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 Which then I can do this with. And then here, this would go out. 1. And there we go. We could easily make this like a skull type thing of just... I could actually hang this on a wall. That's actually a better idea here. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I need to do this kind of backwards in a way, because this is where that's gonna have to be, meaning to get it like this. There we go. Then I need... Actually, this will need to go up 1, won't it? Yep. Because then I can go boom, boom. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Boom. Then I need boom. Boom. Wait a minute. Stop. balls. Spoiled again. There we go. And then above that, I could do a few things, but I need this, where I can go boom. Awesome. And boom. Boom. Awesome. Dang it, that one was placed wrong. There we go. Like, this is kind of where the problem lies, but I can always, like, add some parts to this. And depending how large we want to make this, I can move these over here. Because the T-Rex one puts this one to shame. So if I'm to do the T-Rex one, I'm gonna want it to sit on something. And I think genuinely I need it here. Because something like this is going to have to rest on something. But the issue is, this is where it starts. The question is, which way do I want it facing? I think to the side would be the best. So, like, we'll build it out this way. Boom, boom, boom. And then if I remember correctly from the back, yeah, boom. Actually, I believe it was just from the side. Yeah, it's like this, which then leads this like that. Then boom. Boom. Wait a minute. How did... Oh, I see what I did there. God, it's so much like, okay, I gotta do this, gotta do that. Because here, we get the first bit like that. And then... Because if I remember, it's like this. So then these go like this, which then allow me to go boom, boom. God dang it. Like, this is just the bottom half of the skull, and it already hits the ceiling. It's too big. I need to lower it. Or move it to a different spot. But lowering it is the best, like, thing we got here. Okay, so I'm gonna want to bring this out 2 over here. Actually, no. Just 1. Because, yeah, I need to redo it again. And I genuinely just don't remember everything for this, so it's gonna be a bit of a slog fest in terms of the actual stuff happening. Okay. Then we need these, which boom, boom. Right, forgot. This comes out. And then from that, we have boom. Wait, no. Boom. 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 That is going to be that, because then it will have this. And then okay, that's empty, meaning now it's time for the front, where for here you have that. Okay, I need to double check this in the world because I'm like, huh? Oh shit, I didn't realize it was that big. Okay. Yeah, I'm double checking this now because I'm like, hmm. Okay, so now that I have double checked to make sure, I can do this, which then I can go boom, boom. And then, okay. That's the eye coming up. I'm trying not to build up that high. And then we have here where it does that. Gosh, I do not mean to throw stuff. I'm gonna need this. I can already feel it. Okay, and then oh my gosh. Boom. Boom. 1, to... Okay, and then it's... Boom. Okay. And boom. And boom. Huh. This is how big the skull is. Oh my lord. There we go. And the best part is the next bit here I could reasonably do more with. But, oh my god. Huh. Frick. Realization. I'm gonna have to do like that with this. And then like something else. Because holy crap. But as you can see, the roof is not tall enough. Which is not good. So, as you can see, we don't have a lot of space. But since we're gonna be redoing a bunch of stuff, I had the thought of might as well just do this and raise the fossil section up. Oh. Misplaced thing. Because it's already gonna need to be bigger in the fossil section. But you have the path problem. And now you see my dilemma. So, here's the plan. The path is going to be one up. Don't know what I just saw there. But it also means this should be like this. Which is good because it means the path will be like up. And I'm probably going to flatten this a bit up more then. If so. Just so it reflects like the level the path is going to be at, this is what I'm going to do. Because right under the path is going to be where we have our crap, as you can tell. Like, there's bits of wool left over from the building process. Okay. But not just any path. You also have the fact that it is going to affect this room in here. And like how I've just measured this out. And the main plan for that at this point is I'm going to have to raise it. which I already was kind of thinking about anyway. So it doesn't change too much, thankfully. Let's just get rid of this nighttime. Okay. Ouch. But with this, we can edge out an idea. Ooh, baked potato. So with what we know, this is the edge of the fossil exhibit. Yeah, it is just barely a problem. So what I'm gonna do is, like, along this line here, this one will stay, like, around the same size, but otherwise it's gonna be taller, is kind of the plan here. Okay, let's put the spruce stuff away real quick, because I have a lot of stuff that I need to get out of my inventory. Cobblestone, and then, yeah. And this can go in with the rest of that. But yeah, as we can kind of tell, the main thing we need to do is make this go up to here. So this, like, outline is kind of where the stuff is gonna go. It's just the reality. And, like, thankfully, for some of it, it's just gonna be a simple, okay, cool. Like, this path here, I think I'll have, like, indented here, but, like, make its way through here, most likely. Meaning this won't need to be as long. But yeah, it's gonna take some time. So we're gonna start with this. Okay. So, like, this technically goes above what we need, but I think temporarily we'll have to use it that way. Because, as you can see, it's gonna be a problem. But, at least with that, we got an idea of what we're gonna be doing and dealing with. Plus, it also helps us find spots that we could light up better. Okay. Like here, for example, I can easily go, okay, this is what I need. I mean, just look how far this is gonna have to go. Okay. So if I do this, I can now, like, Because, yeah. Can destroy that. And yeah, I'll need to up the walls a bit. Also, shoot. I forgot to do that. I honestly just wish the Minecraft player was just a tiny bit taller. It would make my life like 10 times easier right now. Like, unironically. Okay. Because, yeah, that's my biggest thing right now, is just getting this done. Because it's going to take a while. But it'll be worth it. Definitely going to need a dirt and grass chest, though. Because I already have a dirt chest, but it's going to definitely be full. Boop, boop. We'll make this the grass chest. I'm actually going to move this so that it is over and not overlapping with anything. All of this for a museum. But I think it's worth it. We at least got, like, some of the fossils we want in. The fact that this is, like, genuinely a point we just are like, yep. This is how we gotta do this. Yeah, like, this I'm not as worried about. It's more about getting this, like, mostly even, and then I'll, like, replace crap over time. Because, like, some stuff will get replaced, other stuff won't. And if anything, this gives me a good reason to clear this area out so that we can get the flooring in. God. It's its own thing. Because the flooring is a whole separate bit that we're going to need to do. Same with the pathing. I haven't figured out how I want to do the paths yet, but I think I got an idea. But I'm not 100% on the idea of it. Huh. That wasn't too bad. But since we know this will be where, like, stuff is, like, genuinely, this can be raised. There. Look at that. Like, genuinely, that gets to be raised here because it's like, yeah, we know we're going on up anyway. Like, awesome. Time to start with the outer edges. And we'll just make our way inwards. Got it. I still hear so much about Pokopia, Pokemon Pokopia, and I'm just here like, I like Animal Crossing style games, and it does seem interesting. I just don't have a Switch 2. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna buy one or not. Definitely not something I'm worried about right now, though. If I do, like, end up... Because I know my birthday's coming up. And it's like... there's this thing with my family where it's like, the reality is, if you get if you get like certain stuff from family, don't say stuff. It's just gonna cause a fight, especially if it's like, you shouldn't have given me this much money, etc. Or like, even if it's just like a $50 gift card, it's like, no, this is too much. Like, the only time that isn't considered too much is if that's like the only Christmas gift type thing. But even then, that's still like pushing it with our family, because it's like, I'm not like, I'm glad that like my sister and I kind of were like, yeah, no, we don't really care too much about expensive stuff. Like, we're pretty fine with like the meaningful stuff. Like, yeah, there's a few things we like that's expensive comparatively, but not to an extent where it's like, holy crap, why did you spend so much on us all the time? Because God, I think my sister and I would lose it at our own parents over that, and family. Because I know very well that my sister and I would lose it. Because we know very well how our family is. But it's kind of forced me to try new things with gift giving as well, because like, I know very well you have that, but forcing them to try new stuff for gift giving means doing it yourself, and that's the fun part, because I get to do a lot more like personalized stuff. And it's like, I know very well if my grandmother catches wind of me talking about like Pocopia, she's gonna do something, and I'm gonna be like, I swear to God, don't you dare. I know that's how it is, and it just irks me. Because I do not like people buying me stuff. It's just how I am. I don't feel like I deserve that type of stuff. Even then, it's like, if it's something like that, it's like, I'm inevitably probably going to buy it for myself anyway, just because it's one of those things of, yeah. My biggest gripe with Pocopia, though, is that it's a game key card, and not a game, like, itself. Because it's one of those things of, I really don't think a lack of physical edition like that is okay. I personally think it's dumb, especially when it's the same price as the digital edition. It's like, so you pay the same no matter what, and then you don't even own it. Yeah, fuck no. Like, that's one of my biggest gripes, and it's like, it's one of those things of, if I were in a situation where it's like, okay, I'll play it, I know I would spend hours playing it and probably get lost in it. Because I know how I am. I love games like Animal Crossing where I can like build up town stuff. But I also love games like Minecraft and Terraria where I can just literally build to my heart's content. And it's literally like those two in its own way. Animal Crossing and Minecraft, while it's also Pokemon, which is just an autistic obsession of mine. And it's like, oh boy. It's like the perfect recipe to make me just be like, ah, god damn it. Because, yeah, it's just happens to be that way. But I know with, like, my birthday coming up, there's a good chance I might get gift cards, because I usually have my family get me gift cards. And it's usually to places for like, food, groceries, and stuff. But I also get the odd game, like GameStop gift card and whatnot, because they know I like video games. Sometimes I'll get a Steam gift card. Like, that's the best way I found it, is it, and so, because I already have multiple gift cards that it's like, I should use these. And then mix it with certain other stuff, it's like, yeah, I probably should use, like, these before, like, because I'm quite sure gift cards can run out of in like terms of time, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm quite sure I have like a few hundred in terms of just gift cards to places that I need to use. Like I have one I'll know I'll never use for Starbucks, so it's like I don't like Starbucks much, and I can't drink coffee, so it's like hmm. So I just gave it to my roommate. I know he'll use it. Or like when my sister and her fiance were knitting stuff, they needed to go to a Michael's, and I had a gift card, and it's like, yeah, you can use it. It's like $50. I'm not gonna use it. Michael's is too expensive. It doesn't carry the type of stuff I needed. So, plus I had already gotten anything I needed, and I don't think I need more than the two. So, you know those giant plastic tubs you can buy? Like those big plastic tubs that are pretty good for storage. I have one just full of art supplies. I don't need more. And that's one of them. And then I have one that's mostly full of art supplies as well. And that's not counting the stuff that I also have outside of those big tubs. I have so many art supplies that I've used and haven't used, from hog hair brushes to random bullshit brushes to paints, crayons, oils. Like, I quite literally, like, when it comes to my friends, they're like, do you happen to know where I can get blank? And there's a good chance I already have it and will let them borrow it, because it's like, I already have it. I'm not gonna use it. Should we do stone brick? I think so. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Because, yeah, I personally have just found that it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter too much, as long as you know what you're doing. But I know with like all the gift cards I have, there's a good chance I would at least be able to afford most of the Switch too, which is funny, because I know I'm gonna end up playing Winds and Waves, as you can imagine. I'm not really a Mario Kart person, so it's also like I'm I honestly don't care too much about Mario Kart to be like, eh. So I'm not really too worried about like the bundle or anything. I doubt we'll see new bundles anytime soon. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Pokemon bundle one. But then again, that's pretty abnormal for even Pokemon. But still, there's a lot of stuff that'll eventually get bundles, I imagine. I mean, with Pokopia, it's one of those things of the main thing they need at this point is just the most random crap to fix, like the key card issue. Because it really shouldn't be on a key card, in my opinion. I think it is very odd, and also very much edging that point of not owning your games. which I am not a big fan of. Because the inevitability is, once the Switch servers shut down, which is inevitably going to happen one day, once those shut down, how are you going to play it? And that's kind of the thing that's like, yeah, that's a big problem. It's why I personally think that the whole stop killing games stuff is so important as well, because it not only preserves these like things in history, but it also preserves these communities that could very easily just vanish away. It also just overall gives more to the consumer that they can still enjoy. So you got the fact that you have all these various games, and it's like some of them just will never see the light of day again. And it's kind of sad. I mean, there's so many good games that like never got remakes or like never got any form of like stable way to access it anymore. I mean, look at the old Pokemon games as an example. You can't buy it, for God's sakes, without spending a fucking fortune. Like, yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green. They were released on the Switch too, and Switch shops. Cool. XD Gale of Darkness, for God's sakes, is now part of the Nintendo Online thing. And it's like, I would have preferred if it was just a re-release, but fair. But it's like, you look at it and it's one of those things of so much is subscription this, subscription that, do this, do that. And it's like, it really makes you go, really? Because I don't want to have to subscribe to enjoy myself with games. I think it's one of those things that just worries me the most about it is forgetting the true purpose of gaming and what games have been about. Because, I mean, you have all these subscription stuff where it's like, subscribe to this, subscribe to that. And it's like, no. Like, no. I'd rather use a free version if I can get the chance. Like, in reality with Minecraft, I would not be surprised if we saw the Bedrock Marketplace make it towards Java. Because of the fact that once people bought it, they can't really make more money off Java players easily. So it's like, yeah. And with Microsoft as the head, it's not exactly something you can't expect to see. Like, I just, it boggles me. Because I just think about, like, all that type of stuff and just am like, dang, I remember when, like, gaming was so different. When, like, you got all this stuff of, like, oh, realism and whatnot is also another thing. And it's like, honestly, I miss the more stylized stuff. Because we've been seeing it rise again, thankfully. Because the stylized stuff is just so much cooler. And there's a lot more put behind stylized games. That's why I like them more. You can tell the love that's put into stylized games. And I think that's an important part of it. Being able to understand these different aspects that brought it to where it is now through the stylization of it. And like, just stylization is so important alone that it's like, yeah, I think it's something we need more of, not just in gaming, but also like entertainment. I'd love to see more stylized animation stuff again. Because the reality is a lot of 3D stuff and CGI stuff, like, they just aren't taking the same risks. So there's not as many good movies coming out or shows and stuff. And it's just like, dang, that sucks. There's a lot of good ones that have come out, but it's still like cherry picking one in a bunch. And part of that's due to going into where like the streaming service era, because a lot of these shows are just going to end up being like pretty slop like shows, but whatever gets like the most views or like is the easiest to create because they want to fill their streaming services. And because it's not like how cable was, it's a very different way, because it's like, yeah, this show that doesn't have as much going on is no longer just going to be like, oh yeah, you might see a rerun of it or something. It's why we see so many shows getting canceled as well, which is a shame. Okay. Big stretch. So we got that now. I mean, look how much we just used. Damn, look at all that dirt. Okay, so with what we have, how are we going to do the ceiling? Because the ceiling is obviously going to be one layer down here. And I'm just thinking about it. For the seal, like, because this is too small of a space for the Happy Ghast, I think. I mean, like, worst case, we just have to drag her in, and that shouldn't be bad. Okay. You know what? Let's just try our best. I need a big space for it to go through. Okay, then I can put it there, and I can fill that in. Okay. Hmm. Something felt weird there. Can't exactly place my finger on it, though. But something definitely felt weird there for a moment. There we go. I will say, I've been talking with some people, and I'm looking at a few ideas for future things to, like, do and play on stream. And I have a few ideas, but right now they're just ideas. But if they turn out, it might be a very fun thing to do. It just, right now it is in the works, and if more comes of it, more comes of it. Do we just want to use, no, stone brick we've been using as that, like, lining. What do we want to use as the ceiling? I wish there was a cobble brick. That'd be cool. Hmm. Let's look at our chests and see. God, flying in makes it look like it's actually ticking. every time I see it. We could do copper, but I want it to be something that we're not gonna be down there. Could do a brick of sorts. Or a polished item? Maybe some tile. Because ceilings of museums are very weird. This gives me an idea. Wait a minute, that gives me... Okay. So... I'd need some slabs too for this, but... Where am I standing on these? Not good. Sand is okay. I need gravel bad. And then my shovel, and I might as well heal my stuff. But... Ouch. It might be worthwhile to go grab some gravel. If I have any left, that is. Okay. Gravel. 2 stacks, 10. So with 2 stacks, I definitely will not have enough. Damn. Different plan. Birch. No. 2. Could use sandstone, to be fair. Sandstone could actually work. Thinking about it, sandstone could work for what we're trying to do. Just depends. My dude. Just get in. Anyway, now that he's in. Yes, come. Join me. Become XP to heal my tools. There we go. I do wish there was, like, a more efficient way, but we don't have an Enderman farm. So, like... Still kind of limited. Anyways. And... yeah, I just am trying to heal everything up that I can. Okay, chest plate is healed. Okay. Boom. Oops, did not mean to kill them all there. Can do that. Boom. And shovel time. Just try and get some eggy ones coming in. There we go. The angry ones are exactly what I need. Awesome. I'll leave those 2 in there for now. Just get some more spawns. I honestly just need a more effective farm. Or something. once this is fully healed, we can figure out what we need more exact in terms. Damn. It happens. I mean, God, just look. You know, I could just. I'm gonna do the frickin' other way of doing this. There's one other way to do this, depending on the time of day. I really haven't done this in a long enough time that it might make a difference. Okay, let's just get it back to daytime. Boom. Okay, I need pumpkins. Because we will become rich. I mean, just look at this. With all these pumpkins, we should be doing good. Okay. I actually haven't touched these villagers in a while. Right, got. You don't want you don't want pumpkins. I really should get some more of these guys, but let me go grab the melons instead. That'll actually be better. And for the sake of that, there. And then I can, because putting them down in the chest themselves can back up stuff. So I'd rather do that because then it actually will fill in normally. Because I'd rather not have stuff back the freaking up. Melons are done. Melons are done. Melons are done. And let's get some golden carrots as well while we are at it. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna be like that for now. I could have reasonably just bought enchanting bottles from these guys, but I got at least some more of the stuff I needed. Okay, we're not full up. Like, this is the one downside of it, is it just does not fill us as quickly, and it's a little more tedious. And then I could do the iron as well if I really, really want, but... eh. And of course it decides to rain. Let's actually check on our iron farm. Just grab a stack. I'm glad it's still working. Because that was one of my biggest worries when I first built that, was I hope it works normally without too much issue. And so far, it seems to be working without much issue. Yeah, you don't take it. Also, I just had a thought. That happens quite a bit. Here, let's at least get the shovel up. Because... yeah, now, with this, I can just get a few of those. Yeah, and this one just stays at 1. I really should get some more of these villager types. Okay. And boom. And boom. And nice. And I can put this in here for now. There we go. Now that we're all healed up. So, for the ceiling, I have few ideas, but all of them are kinda eh. Except if I do have a whole shulker of that. But I don't think I'll need a shulker, but I will take most of an inventory's worth of normal sandstone. This should work out how I need it. Whee! I still need to build those trees. I just haven't. I'm lazy. I know. Okay. Where's my happy guests? There they are. Wump. And I would prefer not to be crushed. I'm gonna go for this, like a tiled ceiling. And you'll see why later. It's just gonna... Ow. Thanks, Happy Gast. Thanks. One of the few times I wish I had creative flight. Truly, one of those times. Because the Happy Ghast does not help for this. This is why I think they should have a smaller Happy Ghast. In all honesty, because it's just barely out of reach of normal player distance. Something that doesn't suffocate you in blocks, preferably. That's why I wish the crab claw was a thing. Huh. Oh my lord. Like, I love the Happy Ghast when it's not trying to suffocate me. And I probably should have done the ceiling before the fossils, but I didn't exactly know the size they would end up being until after. So okay. The good part is I can at least get this stuff in and figured out. Gosh. Boom, boom, boom. And then I can just slowly back up. Yep. Slow and steady. As you do. Ah, balls. I hit the plesiosaurus. Okay. And I'd prefer not to suffocate. As the happy gas almost leads to my suffocation again. It's whenever you're sitting on it and moving, it's like really weird. Because as you can see, one move and it completely shifts your entire perspective. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah, I need to get... I know what I must do. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. You're coming with me. Honestly, you might just be stuck down here. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. I'd like to not suffocate. Okay, stop spinning! And wait your frickin' turn. No, 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 no. We're going up. I know you can escape this. I've seen you escape frickin' all sorts of crap. Ah, gods. That ghast is gonna be the death of me. Genuine. Okay. Now that I know what I'm gonna do for this. Bump, 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 bump. Okay, cool. Put that there. Boom. Because I know what I must do. I need a trapdoor and a slab. Because now I can do this. And ah, crap. The one downside to this. But it at least will get me to fill in those bits. Okay, yeah, this is quite literally just a slab bit. I'll need to go around. Okay. Gods. This is how we're gonna have to do this. And I went a little too far. Right? Wait, no, just far enough. Okay. Then I can get the actual dimensions of this down. Thank God for random Minecraft features that play no role in anything like else other than the most random crap you can think imaginable. Super nice. I can actually go here. Dang it, I'm just out of reach. Dang it! Okay. Let me just grab like a stack of dirt so I can actually fill in those gaps. And this. Okay. Now what I can do is this, which will allow me to actually fill this in. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more in terms of sandstone, like 100%, but even then, we're still gonna get a lot of it filled in. I know I want to just get the main stuff filled in where I can. Slowly filling in this bit. Bump. And awesome. Meaning now I can go this way. Yeah, this is one that's kind of an unavoidable one, is the slab. That's going to be where we really, like, lose some of our stuff. So we'll need to be careful about those. But at least we can make a nice surface for this. Because we know certain parts of this are just going to outright be under crap. While other stuff won't be. And boom. I'm gonna need a little more dirt, but we are making progress, which I am so glad. Okay. Yeah, this is where it's gonna be a problem. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Balls. Come on. There we go. There we go. Just with what we're able to get so far, it's already making a huge difference. Which, thank God. It's what we needed. Also, thank God for Swift Sneak right now. Making my life so much easier. Then slowly go this way. Do 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 do. Slow and steady. Getting all of this filled in. Honestly, I'm surprised at how far we have gotten with this world and the projects in it. I mean, we literally have, like, full-on, like... This museum has really changed a lot from when I first started it compared to now. And it's just crazy to me that we've even made it this far into this project. Because it's like, damn. Because it originally started as a freaking, oh, let's put all the armor stands in one place. Not fully recognizing, like, the sheer scope of probabilities of new shit getting added. So, I might as well at least do something about it. And I decided, why not? And now we got a museum. While we still have all the armor trims, every version of it isn't as important. I plan to have, like, a turtle shell and stuff still, but it's gonna be a lot more lax. And I think that's gonna be overall just good. It'll be overall better for just not only my sanity, but the time we put into this will have more of an effect, it feels like. Because, like, we still need to get a lot of diamonds for the trims that we need to use anyway. The only thing we'll really have to worry about spawning is, like, spiders, but I can easily put some lighting there. Oh yeah, look, this is like the perfect height for it. And for this, the skull is right here, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just outlining where we're gonna get rid of this pale moss in this area just because I want to make sure it's more even and whatnot. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Gosh, this thing looks so cool. Feels like it's missing something. I know. I know what it's missing. Pop. There we go. T-Rex skull. Like, genuinely, I think this turned out really good. I like the little trike face. It's just adorable. And I think by making it a little bit shorter, it definitely helped. The plesiosaur, though, looks mwah. I wish I could do more with, like, just how it looked, but there's only so much I can really do. We'll need iron bars and stuff for, like, the things holding it up, but we'll get to it when we get to it. It'll take some time, but I know we can do it. Okay. Awesome. I know if we inevitably, like, if I ever set up, like, a zoo in this world, I'm gonna try and base it off, like, real life zoo-based stuff of, like, okay, so to keep, like, this size of creature, it would need this required stuff. You know, in reality, I could easily, like, just go to, like, a random zoo. Like, just imagine being a random, like, zookeeper, and some random guy comes up to you and said, so for like, a 3 by 4 meter long creature, how much space would I need legally for it? Like, that would instantly raise so many questions. Like, in general. But it would be funny. Yeah, I think by doing this, what I can do is I can kind of lower this into that idea I have. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Stone brick. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, and then we can get an easy just removal. Because I could easily do, like, so many variations for this. But I think it'd be cool to do, like, that watery fog effect under it as well. It'd give kind of this ominous, like, almost, what's the word? Oh my god, I'm trying to remember how you say the word. Like, I can see how it's spelled, but my brain can't pronounce it for some reason right now. Oh my god. Brain. Ah, yes. The human brain. A very confusing thing. It's like, why? We can at least fix the walls and stuff up as well. I'm gonna need more sandstone. I'll go and get that. Okay, I'm just looking at this. I think what I'm gonna have to do... Some of this is just gonna have to be done from down here. That's the reality, but I'm just glad that overall it seems we've made a lot of progress. I mean, we didn't have any fossils to begin with at the start of stream, and now we have some. Yum. This is also reminding me I'm going to need to get more sand. I honestly like being able to just build and chill like this. It's one of those things I really enjoy about Minecraft. I also need to get a bunch of light gray stained glass. Look at all these shulker boxes I got over here. Jeez. Jeez. Don't know why that just came to my brain all of a sudden. Anyways. As we were doing. This is going to be so good, though, once it's done. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy we've gotten this far. From different minerals to fossils. Because when I did the vote, people overwhelmingly seemed to agree, for the most part, to do custom fossils. Which is good to know that people enjoy seeing that more than the normal Minecraft fossils. Forced me to think a little bit differently. Because I tried, like, so many different types. And when I realized trapdoors were going to have to be a main part of it, if I wanted to keep it, like, relatively small, in quotations, I was like, yep, I need to do something about this. So I did. And here we are. I could actually do this over here real quick while we still have stuff. Thank God for the Triceratops. If I can frickin' climb it. Yeah, it does not matter. I can't reach that thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I am so glad that I am able to learn more about building this type of stuff as well. Because that's another part where it was like, I just really wanted to improve, is organics is just something I have never been the best at and want to get better with. So this is forcing me to get better with different types of organics that I may have never created beforehand without this. I think that's one of the cool parts. Because, like, I was good with caves and, like, doing the texturing of caves. But over time, I've really gotten a lot better with the organics in general. So, hey, Gold, how you doing today? Hope you're well. If not, I do hope things get better. I am just working on a ceiling. You don't have audio. Rip. You know me well enough to know that I always ask how people are. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good myself. I know that in general, like, I honestly am just happy that I am getting the chance to build stuff like this. You know, seeing the fact that they can't hear me I could literally just call my own moderators cute, and they can't do anything about it. And that would be a simple, easy thing. Just, yep, they're cute. Boom. Easy. Do you know where your moderators are? Yes, yes I do. I know a lot more about just some of the most random crap. Okay, now we just have this leftover bit up here and stuff. I'm not gonna fly, I'm just gonna walk. Okay. Okay. At least we are getting this slowly filled in more. And God, just look at the progress we've made. I mean, seeing the fact that I've mentioned it's a museum multiple times, the answer is yes, it is a museum. I could reasonably do, like, designs and stuff, but it's also a thing of, I honestly don't think it's worth trying to figure out a design for the ceiling of, like, the fossil area. Just because it's like, let's be honest, most people don't look up. Okay, then we can easily fill this in. God, that actually does remind me. You mentioning that reminds me of Night of the Museum. That is one hell of a throwback movie. God, those were some interestingly weird movies. I honestly forgot about their existence till it was mentioned. Like, holy crap. Like, I don't know why, but like the first thing I remember is like the cowboys and um Roman um soldiers um and the like two leaders of them that had like a weirdly like sexual tension-esque relationship. Like, it's one of the first things that comes to mind from that movie. Other than the T-Rex that acted like a dog. Which, saying out loud, still feels weird. Okay. Look at that. The ceiling is in. Don't mind the black spots. I plan to, like, add some lighting and whatnot. And now for the other part of this, which is just gonna suck. This part won't be as bad, thankfully, because it's just a simple, like, just boom. And we'll just have to bounce like this up and down and up and down and up and down, up and down, up and up and down. And then in here, I reasonably could just do this. Kind of keep it consistent throughout these rooms. Which I think is good. Because if we keep it consistent, shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, I'm gonna need more of these shelves as well. I just need to strip more. That's the main thing. I have thought about looking, like, I've looked into it. I just haven't, like, fully figured it out. But I've looked at it a bit of doing the, one of those things for streams that basically gives it, like, live subtitles. But I'm also like, that could very well end with some very weird crap. But it would be interesting. It'd allow for people of varying levels of disability to enjoy the streams as well. Which would be worth it, in my eyes. I feel like everyone should have a chance to watch things they enjoy. And boom. There we go. I'm just happy that this stuff is starting to finally, like, get this type of space, and even if it's not, like, perfect, it's still doing so much nicer. Okay. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. Ouch. Okay. And then I can pop, 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 and pop, 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 pop. So at least get the outlines done for this. And then I want to do the outlines of the other one as well. Because at least with the outlines, I can figure out a little bit more on what I need. Because I know with the painting area, getting all that obsidian was very annoying. Even if I was getting it from the pillars from the end, it still was a very annoying and tedious process. And I know it will be similar for this. Because it is about the same height in this room as that, so. Because, yeah, if I'm gonna do a pterosaur, I might actually, like, try and make a bigger one just to hang from, like, the ceiling. But I'm not sure. At that point, I would probably do a Quetzalcoatl Atlas. And for that, I might actually, like, lose my mind. Unless there's someone out there who knows how to make one. I'm like, I got no clue. Boop, 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 there we go. And we're out of sandstone completely. But we did get this filled in, which is perfect. I am going to look at like a few other like heads of dinosaurs and like try and design a few in creative. I might move this over one or two and then like add some more because I just think it will be cool. Because I like the idea of like, look how big the T-Rex's head was compared to some of these. God, I still can't get over this one. You want to know what I based it off of? Like the specific head I based it off of? I specifically based it off the Jurassic Park hat I have over in like the other side of my room. I literally based it off that. This is the closest I could get. I did try dripstone, but it was like eh, it only does so much. It wasn't bad per se, but definitely not the best either. Okay, so I'm going to quickly boop 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 boop. Okay. Now I can actually fill this in. Because I think the gray is a good counterbalance to the dark gray is a good counterbalance to the lighter grays of below, but the nice like just sandy sandstone. I actually don't need to go up like that part. And then this part's fine too. Bump. Let's see. Yeah, I just need to do over through here, which shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the main problem is literally just this. Which shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. I'm just gonna build this up. That's where I'm at. But it will at least allow me to fill in the walls and stuff, which is what I need. Nope. 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 And then I think for this, I'm gonna want to replace it with something else. Like, just in general. But for now, I'm gonna do like that. Screw it, I'll do this. Look at that. So much nicer as we slowly fill this in. Do 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 do. And we're out. And then over there, I got a few. I just need more. think I know what I'm going to do about that one. 4. There we go. And boom. Now I can just slowly get rid of this. Okay. There we go. Almost done. And boom. The walls are now completed. And we can add stuff as we so choose. This I might remove. I'm not 100% sure yet, so for now the walls are completed unless I decide to do more with them. Type. So. Oh, that shouldn't be in there. That should be in here. And here. Boop, boop. Honestly, it's only 33. Just put it in here for now. Okay. So next up, I might move this. I'm just thinking what other dinosaur skulls we can really do here. Because I'm kind of thinking about it. And there's a few. Just need to figure out how I'm going to do them. We could do a Parasaurolophus. Good old Parasaur. We could do Stegosaurus, but it wouldn't really be that, like, noticeable. And, like, I genuinely could just use the same face I did for the trike, except with a few differences. Like, that's about it. I could do a Mosasaur. It really depends. Because we have a Carnotaur. And then we have the Tyrannosaur one here. And the Pteranodon is quite big. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 18. 4 by 18. So 4 by 18 is pretty sizable. And if I'm going to do something with that, let me at least, like, measure this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's exactly 18. This is how long it would be, wide it would be. Like, holy crap. When you put it into perspective, it really changes how you look at shit. Like, I could reasonably, like, put it in other places, and it would still be huge. I can bet that. Like, for example, here. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So with 26 here, I could reasonably fit a pterosaur in the middle of this, or multiple. That's how big it is. Jesus. And even then, I'm just thinking how I'd even do it. I could even do a giant pterosaur. That's a normal pterosaur. A Quetzalcoatlus is double the size at least. Hell, in that exact middle area, I could do a Brachiosaur, for God's sakes. I need something smaller for you. Because this one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I were to put the Triceratops here, we'd have 4 here, and that's it. And we'd have a trike there. I might move the Triceratops there. And, like, I'm not sure. You get me? I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. Because it is still a big creature. Like, don't get me wrong. These are big-ass creatures. I mean, Carnotaurus would be too tall because this is the head. And the head is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freaking blocks tall. And the body, the best body of the ones I've made would be like this. And that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5. So that's 10 blocks in total still. And that's without the legs, which, let's say I use these legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at most 14 blocks would be needed in terms of height to give it space, because the leg would probably start about here. And this is just the front half. This is not like back half and length. Like, I could reasonably just like slap this on like that, where it's just like, just debating. Okay, so if I'm gonna make a Quetzalcoatlus, let me pull up a picture so I can show you guys the sheer size of these things compared to a person. So on average, the Quetzalcoatlus is one of, if not the biggest pterosaur. This thing is fucking ginormous. So let me... Perfect. That's the size of it compared to a human. Yeah. It is giant. These things are huge. It is insane. The absolute size of these things. And they shouldn't have existed that big, in my opinion. But they are. And if we're gonna do something like that, we need like a good base. Let me pull up the skeleton picture. Skeleton of a... Yeah, you can. Okay. So, for the Quetzalcoatlus skeleton, I kind of want to have it flying, but there's not really good versions of it flying. So, if we're going to do this, we're going to need to think of this in parts. So, we could do it like standing, but this thing is huge. So, we'll start here. And we'll say, like, this 3 wide cube here is gonna be its, like, chest cavity type area. Because, yeah, that's something we're gonna have to do. And even then, its chest ain't that big. And then it would be, like, back into a small tail with, like, these giant legs. So let's do that on this side. And then we'd have the wings, which I'm doing like this just because. And then the neck. And mind you, this is at like a smaller scale. The neck would go like this, where we have the head going into the beak. So it would be kind of like that at least. But even then, this needs to be longer. So let's just kind of look at this. So if this needs to be longer, we'll do this. Because here's what I'm going to need to do. 3, do. Yeah, right here would be like the legs. And then with that, we'd have the feet. The tail wouldn't even be that long. It'd be kind of like this, more accurately. And then its wingspan alone would be like, here would be the first section. Then we'd have the second section. Then here would be its claw bit with the third section going all the way out. This is the size of its wings. Like, it would be this big of wings. Like, genuinely. Like, oh Lord of mercy. But yeah, I'm not even sure I could do this easily. I need to think similar to these. So, for the beak, a lot of the size of it is very specific. So I'm going to need to do the parts separately. So let's think about its, like, torso. When flying, the Quetzalcoatlus has a very specific torso shape in general. Because we know a bit more, we'll make this the torso bit. And we're gonna want, boom, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4, 5, 6. And then boom. 7, 8. Where we would want that. And we'd probably have to do something like this for the legs. But boom, boom. And I would probably need to do something like this too, just so it has the space. Do that. Boom, 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 boom. If I were to do that, like this, I could reasonably set that. And then for, honestly, one of these, I think it's best I do this, like, genuinely. Like, the fact that this is looking more like genuinely accurate is kind of crazy, but sometimes it be that way. And then boom. Then I can go boom, boom, boom. And then in this middle part, I would need to do something like this, where then in the middle, and we could have that with this. There we go. And then we can have this be kind of like boop, 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 boop. Yeah, kind of like that. And then here, it would have to be like that. Because, yeah, this is how we're going to have to do just this part. And then the wings would have to come off of here. Type area. Yeah, kind of like here. There we go. I think that'll work. That's fair. And yeah, I'll look at it after stream because I'll have some time. I think this will work for our, like, chest section. I think as, like, a chest section, I think this should work. And then I can do this, where, boom, then I can set that to this. And this thing's neck is huge, so yeah, we'll need to do the neck and head separately here because I want to make sure I do them right. But let's start with the legs. So for the legs, I am gonna do this. And we'll have it come out like this type, where it won't be too much, but they'll have to be a little bit bigger, honestly. I could do that as well. But seeing how they like to fly, you would have it go down. I need to take this up a bit more, actually, for this, because this is going to be a big one. So come down like this. Boom. Where it will come like this. And then it will come out like this. So that'll be like its knee. And then I can do like that with that kind of look. Yeah, I think that'll work for the legs. Because this thing is huge. But its feet are also really weird. So I could either do that or I could do this. Which wouldn't be inaccurate either. But it would be more specific if I did like that. But it just feels off. What if I... No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with the fence gate unless I were to do like this type of thing. Actually, that could work. You know what? I think that works better. So we put those on both sides. Just replicate them. And then the wingspan and the head are a whole separate thing. So for the neck, we're going to want it... Pretend this is the start of the neck, like here. Because this thing would hold its head kind of curved. So it would kind of come out like... almost like this to keep its head up. So if we're going to do something like that from where we were... where I can do stuff like that. Do. And then I can go boom. I feel like moving this up one would be better, but that's gonna take a second. Yeah, we'll do this to make this look a a bit nicer. But I still am gonna need it to get to this point. So I'll need it like this more. Honestly, it just makes it worse. So I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna keep it the same. Or just in general, I think this will work like just better if I like keep it like this. Okay, and then we'll have to do the head. The head of a Quetzalcoatlus is weird. It goes... So we'll have this as like the starting block for this thing's head. It's weird. So this thing's head is like a very odd shape. And I'm thinking of a good way to do this. And then I could reasonably do that. But I'd need to do it like... more like... I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Unless I do that. Yeah, it'd need to be more like that. Where then it would have to be... kind of like this. Because it gets sharpened. It like sharpens out near the end of it. So I would want to do like kind of like this, I think. And then I can do this where it would then... I need this. Because if I do it like that, then I should be able to hopefully, because its crest would be about here. So I would want to do like... I needed a bit back. There we go. looks so weird. Yeah, I need it kind of like this. But this bottom part here, it's weird because this thing is like, this thing is so ginormous that like I genuinely am like, I don't know. Nope, too big. It's like it has a weird bit. I wish I could curve this more, but I can't. Okay. This part doesn't really need to be shown, so I can do it like this more. Where I can go like that. Oh, my nose. Hate when it itches. What if I did that? Not completely horrible. I mean, it definitely rounds out the head a bit, but I'd need like a little bit there. I have an idea. If I'm to do this, then alls I would need is like I could actually do that. I see where the problem lies, and it's that this is like, okay, let's try that. It works, it's just it doesn't have the inside part, you get me? I'm trying to build a Quetzalcoatl, sorry. I'm like, I'm literally looking at the skeleton. So here's what I'm actually trying to build the skeleton of. This is a dinosaur. It is a real thing. And it is, yeah. I think that is the closest I'm going to get to this. Because, yeah. Also, this can easily be like that. Yeah, that makes it look a little bit better. Because, yeah, sorry about the late one on that. And then, like, here I can do this to give it a little more thickness. Because I think it's probably going to need that. Yeah, it's just... And the crazy part is I still need to add this together with the wingspan. Oh yeah, no, those things are they are terrifying. This thing is a real dinosaur. It's like they lived a long time ago. because the Quetzalcoatlus, I'm quite sure, was the biggest, like, pterosaur. Because it is, if I remember correctly, because like this thing, its wingspan, like in general, the wingspan of this thing is 33 to 36 feet in length on estimation alone. Like these things are like from the Mesat Ma Mahas. God, I don't remember. I know it's like two A's. It's like the Maastrichtian, I believe is how it's pronounced. Mahastric. You know, I'm gonna look up to make sure I'm saying this right. I'm gonna check this real quick. Yeah, Mahastrian, which sounds like a freaking the Mahastrian age, which sounds so weird. It sounds like something that would like be produced in your body if you think about it. Mahastrian sounds like a form of like estrogen or testosterone. Here, I'm gonna do that. See if that helps. Yes. Okay. This is what happened. Like, this is the fact that this is a real dinosaur that we are trying to, like, figure out is insane to me. Honestly, for this, I think it's worth putting this one together before we even use, like, this as a build. Just for our sake, I think it is better that we do this. Ah, crap. It needs to be like this. Because this is going to be a giant pterosaur. Like these... Because pterosaurs aren't actually dinosaurs. Like, they're their own, like, separate thing. But most people just automatically categorize them anyway, so it's like, sure, shoot with those strange facts. I love strange facts. I got a bunch of them as well. I love a good strange fact. Okay, and then it would be boom, boom, right? Yeah, facing inwards with boom, boom. And then it would be boom, boom, boom. Gotta go up one. But I can do that. Actually, wait, no, it'd be like this more accurately. No? Oh, shit. Guess I was wrong. I'm like double checking my work. Okay, so 3, and then it's that. But yeah, I love strange facts too. 3. Boom, 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 boom. The fact that this is one dinosaur is, in quotations, dinosaur is crazy. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, I heard about that. The as soon as you said scientists from Australia with the brain cells, I was like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the fact that scientists were like, okay, I have a crazy idea. And then they decided to make a human brain played like human brain cells play Doom by themselves is so cool. And like there's a lot more to that as well. Um that I just find so neat because it's more than just that. It quite literally uses like neural pathways of the brain, like the different neurons and shit, to actually function. And I think that is so sick. Like, of all the things in general that could have been, that's probably one of the coolest ways to, like, have that. Also, this should have been like this. Was it like that? Now I'm, like, nervously double checking. Okay, so yes. Making sure. Boom. Like, we have such interesting bits of, like, our own, like, human biology. Okay, and then at the end, it's like that. And I just find that so neat that despite everything, our bodies just go, anyways. And then just decide to do some of the craziest, most batshit stuff. It goes out one. Boom, boom. Like, the fact that our brain cells alone can do that just by themselves is insane. It just kind of shows the sheer level of, like, how our brain functions comparatively to so many other species, all because of, like, one random evolutionary trait that we just happen to get. 1, 2, 3. And I think that is so neat. Like, of all the things we could have gotten, that's what we got. And it's insane that that is how our brain works. Okay, so we have 4 there. Then it's a full. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full block. Boom. Ah, I see. Boom. I can do it like this. Where it's more boop boop. And then the third one, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, 2, 3, 4. And then boom, 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 boom. You know what? I see what I need to do. I need to do this. Honestly, I think that gives it a little more of that just that I'm looking for. I could make this thicker reasonably, but yeah, honestly, it needs to be a little bit thicker. Where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this instead. And yeah, I think that should help a bit. And then it's like boom, boom, boom. 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 Oh, right. Gotta do it the other way. Time to make this head. Okay, so from here, it is block. I'm gonna do it like that. So block, slab, 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 slab. Okay. Actually, I can do it like this. Boom, 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 boom. 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 Okay. And then on the sides, it is like that. This is such a specific thing. And then it was boom. Right? No, it's just slab and then that. Okay. God, this thing is just a giant frickin' turkey. Literally just a giant frickin' turkey. Okay, and then you have that, that. Okay. Boom. 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 This is literally just me doing it. Okay, and then here we have the trap door. 1, 2 with the trap door on top. Okay, boom. And then 1, 2, trap door. I've gotten a lot better at building this way. Okay. Then on that top part of the slab, and then it goes slab with that. Okay. And then boom. And then I'm gonna have to replicate this on both sides. And then it goes out like that. And now to replicate. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. And bop, 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 bop. Awesome. Okay. And then in this middle part, it is slab, stair, stair. Okay. So we'll start from the back. You have that where it is slab, stair, 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 boom. Think it like that? I'm gonna double check this. Okay, and then that after that stair, which is at the end, goes out 1. Boom. And then here is covered like that, I think it is. No, it's... Oh, yeah, it is. And then behind it is just a stair. Nothing too fancy. Because that covers it. Let's see. Yo. The crazy part is, it's not like its neck is wrong either. That's the terrifying part of this. We just need to do the wings now. And for the wings, I'm gonna go over this part. So we'll have this be where they start. I'll make them go out one like this. Okay. I'm just trying to mark off how this is gonna go. Because it would go to about here, where you would have like this kind of thing of like, yeah, kind of like that, I think. Then it would go boom, 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 boom. Okay. And of course, I'll need to like vary this a little, but with that alone, I got an idea how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna have this come back. Awesome. Where now we can go like this. Okay, so 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then it would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which actually, I'm gonna lower like this. And then it would be like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, this needs to be a little bit longer. As weird as that may sound. It's because I started with 4 and then went 3, 3, 3. That's why. So this is fine. It just needs to go 4, 3, 3, 2. Oh yeah, that looks a bit better. You know what? I'm actually gonna do this instead. 1, 2. And then I can copy this on the opposite side. So it's a 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and then in the exact middle. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it on the same level? No, it's down 1. Then we get the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. God, look at this skeleton. Like, damn. And we can hang this above, like, in our area. So this thing is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So this thing is 33 by 60 at least in terms of the size we Jesus Christ. This thing is huge. I'm actually really proud of myself for building this on the fly on stream because I'm not always that good at doing stuff like this on stream. I'm also going to add that just to give a little of that thickness that we're looking for. Can't really put it there, so. I mean, its beak is a little bit small, but also its neck I could shorten. Reduce a bit. It's weird because they have this really long ass neck. I just don't know how I'd do it. The crazy part is, this is their eyeball socket. This isn't. This is their eyeball socket. If I pull up the picture, look at it. This is the eyeball. This is part of its crest and nose. This is its nasal cavity. That's its nose. This thing is insane. Also, I could totally do this. Doesn't look too bad, but just feels off. But yeah, this has turned out like not too bad. Like, I definitely could make some improvements in terms of like head size and shape. But other than that, it's like not that bad of a Quetzal. Like, there's definitely a few things I could fix. But for the overall look of a Quetzal, I think I got it. And I can also make it vulture-like. But yeah, oh my gods, this... I'm glad this actually looks semi-okay. Okay, so with this, we'll need pretty sizable area for my plan here. Okay. Which way am I going to go? Let's go this way. I'll also take the... Do I want to take the bed back up? Nah. I'm not going to be up there too long, most likely, but now that I got the... Now that I know it's like 33 by 60, I'm going to make it like 35 by like 64. Okay. Wool. We'll use light blue because we have a lot. So let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get to the middle of this, which is like, if I fall here, okay, yeah, that is the middle. Okay, so if this is the middle, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Um, 31, 32. 33. 34, 35. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, no, it's not gonna fit inside the museum at all. It's too big. Shit. It won't fit in the museum. Fuck, I made it too big. What about over here? Okay, so let's say I keep it 3 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, even this thing won't be big enough. I made it too big because I'm making it accurate. Oh no. I might as well build this thing in the fucking sky at this point. Might as well freaking, like, Jesus. Like, it, even if I reduce the neck a bit, it's still gonna be long. It's the wideness that's the matter. So if it's too wide, that's a problem. I could fit it in the basement, but it would take up all the space. Like, this thing is too big. I made a mistake. Like, I could genuinely not fit it in here unless I did the 30 this way and the 60 this way, but it would go above these things. I know what I must do. Well, shit, that was the last of my rockets. Good thing I keep this on me. Ugh. Note to self, make more rockets, Jesus. Okay, good, I'm using my Silk Touch. About to say, if I accidentally break that ender chest, I'm gonna be so sad. So we know this is about 35. And this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll cut off 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I'm going to just do that to make sure. And then we know this is like 35, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We're at 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. It could fit, barely fit, if we build it sideways. And we could have it hanging from this. Barely fitting. And the thing is, it's not gonna be exactly accurate size because of the fact it's an even middle. So this will be off a bit. So just for scale, we'll be looking up into this, basically. Which is terrifyingly giant, but also kind of funny. Because it is going to be higher up. So it will have like less of an impact than like we're seeing. Like it's still gonna be giant, but it's gonna have to be higher up anyway. But thinking about it, I don't think it would even be able to fit normally. Even still. Because let's say I were to put it all the way up near like this top part, it's gonna hit this. Because, like, yeah, we did this as like 37, but look at this. 1, 2. So that's 35 already. And then over here, just barely doesn't hit it. So it'll fit barely. And even then, only barely. I don't know. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of like working on figuring out how to fit it in there, but I feel like even if I don't do a Quetzalcoatl, I'm gonna put like little pterosaurs or something. Because I want to have some hanging from the ceiling. I think it would be cool to come in and just look up and see that. And if not that, I could do like a star dome type thing. But I think I want to save it for the other one over there. Because with the other building, I want to have it like history of this world specifically, and less history of like Minecraft stuff, etc. I mean, like with the painting room, it's all these different paintings and stuff. Then we have like the ores, we have custom fossils. And I'm gonna like figure, like, if I don't end up putting the Quetzalcoatlus down, I could probably put its head down sideways on this. And I might actually do it for this as well to give a little more space here. I might make a few more stuff like just heads like this to kind of put down, like just other random parts of bones. Like I might put like a leg and stuff. I'm gonna think of something small that I can fit here in terms of fossils. Like that's kind of the thing I'm gonna have to do. For this, I'm probably gonna expand this out by 1, but I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to figure out how I'm gonna do it. But I want to like make the ground look a bit different. I know I'm gonna have to grab some stuff like iron bars, just so this like looks a bit better. so it's just a bit nicer. But my hope is to have at least a bit more done by the next time we play this. It just depends on my time. I know, just in general, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff I need to do. So I'll get to it when I get to it. Oh shoot, yeah, we can actually do this too. Because we have spruce with us, don't we? Yeah, we still have some spruce logs. Let's grab a stack of these and start stripping. Boop, 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 boop. Because we need to strip some logs anyway, so. Because I know tomorrow will be the last stream of like the week because I have a funeral on Friday. It doesn't feel like a Wednesday, I will say that. But yeah, I will not be here on Friday because I am going to a family funeral. Yay. And from the looks of it, next Thursday, possibly, there won't be a stream. It just depends. Right now, it's a little up in the air, but it's looking like Thursday there won't be a stream, but I'm not 100% on that just yet. But I will keep you guys updated. And boom. I think 42 is enough. I mean, it is the answer to the universe, so it might be. You never know. Bop, 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 bop. Also, I love that they added these shelves because they make for such perfect display cases. I mean, just look at this. Just mwah. And then I can do perfect. All the display cases are done. Yay! Now we just need deep slate emerald, netherite block and netherite bar, deep slate coal, and I think that's it. Yeah, we're really rolling in this museum now. Like, I'm actually really happy with how far. If I get some time off stream as well, I will like get more gravel and stuff just to finish this wall and like just put like planks and stuff and get the oak stuff going. And like, yeah, I'll kind of do that. And I'm gonna use like the white and gray as like kind of this cool little mix point. I might do some trap doors too to kind of like hang down a little for like just the effect. I don't know what type of trap door, but I'll have to take some time to think on that as well. And that's if I decide to go for that. Also, I realize that is one off and I need to fix that, or it is going to drive me insane for the rest of the day. Ah, fixed. But yeah, I'm actually really proud of myself for like the design stuff because some of this was not easy to do. Just in general, like the Triceratops. Like I literally came up with the head for the trike today and the like I made most of these skeletal stuff like this morning and stuff. I did more like just testing with them. But yeah, I'm glad that I got these done. I might look at this with dripstone again and see what I think, but I think I'm gonna stick with this. I think it makes for a good T-Rex skull. I'm thinking about it as well. I still need to figure out what I'm gonna use for like fencing around this. I don't know if I'll use normal fence or walls yet, but I do need to think on that a little bit. But yeah. And I do plan to put like little like nameplates or something here. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it just yet. Whether I'm gonna do it above, below. I'll figure it out over time. Because like for stuff like this part, for example, I'd probably like have it like pointing to each. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it like that or if I'm gonna do just not putting the name there. I don't know. Because sometimes it also goes next to them, which if I were to do, I still would need to like just there's going to be a lot of signs either way. I could also reasonably use lecterns, but not 100% on that yet. Either way, though, for those who aren't part of it, !dislab, we have the Discord. I announce whenever we go live, as well as if I'm sick in any way, whenever I'm not streaming, etc. I normally stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. CST. The days I don't stream, !YouTube, where we have the VOD channel, all sorts of stuff over there, including the, God, almost, if not already, 2 years of this world as a whole. I mean, we've been doing this world for long enough that it's the only series that doesn't have numbered, like, for episodes anymore, because it's just like, there's just so much. And I honestly, if YouTube fucks up the playlist, YouTube fucks up the playlist at this point. But other than that, I hope you all have wonderful days, and if not, that they get better. Um, there will not be a stream on Friday due to the funeral, and I will keep you guys updated about next Thursday, possibly no stream. Um, other than that, I hope you have wonderful days. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others.